Good morning. It's Tuesday, which makes me excited because it's one more day closer to the end of the school year. I love teaching. Love, love, love it. However, this time of the year is so hard to stay having my life together. Good morning, Holly. Good morning, y'all. So if you're popping on, tell me good morning. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Tag any of your new teamies. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys about my biggest mistakes when I first started my business. Of course, Chloe, I hope if you saved your video on bag parties, I would love that. Okay, so I wanted to come on and share my biggest mistakes as a newbie. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because since I've been doing this so long, I realize now what I did wrong or what I could have done better. And I think that's how you grow, right? And then we've just had so many new people join. I really wanted to share with y'all what I did wrong so that you don't make the same mistakes. Okay? So good morning. All right. So the number one thing that I feel like I really did wrong when I first joined is feeling like everyone was just going to come to me once I made the announcement on Facebook that I joined Scentsy, right? Because you feel like, oh my gosh, all these people are going to see it. I'm so excited. Everybody else should be so excited. And so on, right? So you should be excited and people will be excited for you. But number one, typically people aren't seeing your stuff. And that's like the one thing that I'm really going to do some research on is the algorithms with social media, because I know that they're always changing. But I felt like if I posted about it on Facebook that all these people were going to come flock to me. Well, did I make some sales from that? Yes. But for the most part, either people didn't see it or they're not just going to reach out to you, because that's not their job, right? If you are the consultant, your job is to take care of your customers, right? So you cannot just post on Facebook that you're a new consultant or that there's Father's Day bundles or that you have a bag party. You cannot just post about that on social media and expect to be successful, because that is not how I have found success. That is not how Chloe or Macy or any of these people that are on or that will watch this later, posting on social media is not a way to run your business. It is a way to stay relevant. It is a way to gain contacts. It is a way to market. It's all of those things. Social media is amazing for that. But I made the mistake of feeling like if I posted, I worked my business. And that to me is not working your business. It is something that you need to do. And I post on social media every single day, whether it's on my story or whatever, but don't do that. So that's my number one biggest mistake. My second biggest mistake is feeling like I was bothering people. Guys, you're not bothering them by letting them know that you just started your own business. That's not bothering them. You're trying to bring value to their life, and you need to get out of your head. Like, you are not bothering them by letting them know that you joined Scentsy and that you are wanting to help them fragrance their home or find a new warmer that's going to make their home feel cozy, or find a new fragrance that could be their favorite that could create a memory. You are not bothering them by letting them know that you joined Scentsy. So if you have not worked with your sponsor or worked with me or worked with anybody about creating some type of message that you can send to your list of 100, letting them know that you did join Scentsy, we need to do that. And if you don't have wording, or you're just kind of struggling over your words, because I know that that's something that's really difficult when you first start, you just don't really know what to say, I'm more than happy to post some scripts on here. And I feel like Macy or Morgan or anybody else, if you come up with some wording that they could use to just to just announce to their friends that they joined Scentsy, absolutely, like, post that in the comments, because I think that would be really helpful, because I feel like people just kind of get all in their feels about it. Okay, so you're not bothering anyone, and if you feel like you're bothering them, you've got to get out of your own head, because that is anxiety and self-doubt and the devil, and it's not real life. Like, you are not going to bother somebody by texting them and saying, hey, I just joined Scentsy, I would love for you to help support me if you can, blah blah blah. That's not good wording. I'll come up with some good wording. Okay, so that is a mistake. A third mistake is I didn't have a home launch party. And I can say hands down that that is one of my biggest mistakes, because I was very scared to do that, because I felt like I was in my head again. I felt like nobody was going to come, or people were going to judge me or whatever. Guys, who cares? And I know that it's, a lot of people can't just say who cares, and I couldn't say who cares when I first joined, but you've got to realize that you are either going to sink or swim in this business, and you can either put yourself out there and see what happens, or you can sit back in your comfort zone, tell yourself you're never going to be successful, never do anything about it, and then not be successful. So that's the difference between myself or Morgan or Macy or Chloe or anybody on here who has found success, is we're willing to step out of our comfort zone, even when we don't feel like it, even when we feel like no one's going to come. Okay, so you need to have a launch party, and that doesn't just mean online. Okay, if you're like, I just cannot have a home launch party, fine. You need to take those testers with you to Starbucks or Panera and have a group of friends meet you there, or go to their house. You've got to figure out a way to get those smells in people's noses, because smells sell. Okay, smells are what are going to get your people to be engaged. Okay, so that's a mistake. Another mistake that I made is, thank you, Morgan, you're the best. Another thing that I feel like is a mistake is only marketing the wax and warmers. Okay, so when I went to Star Director Summit Approach, they actually gave us this report on our personal business that broke down all of our sales into different categories, and warmers and wax were like all of my business, and then body, laundry, and clean were literally like 2% each. And I realized that that's still a mistake that I'm making now, because I'm so in love with our wax and warmers that that's really what I push. And so I've made a shift to really try and be intentional with getting people to try the other products, because let's be honest, there are going to be some naysayers in your life and some negative Nancys in your life who are going to say, I can go to Walmart and buy the wax. Well, number one, I'm going to tell you to have a home launch party, get some free and half off, and then when they say that, give them a bar or give them a couple cubes of our wax and let them test it to see which one lasts longer and which one smells better, because I promise you, put it to the test and ours is going to beat it 100%. But there's going to be people who are like, well, I just can't really warm that for whatever reason. Some people say they have allergies or whatever. I think that's in their head. But you need to market the other products. We have the Scentsy Go, guys. That is something that is so under marketed by me and just in general. I mean, why are we not like going crazy over the Scentsy Go? Because they can't get refills from anywhere else. They can't go to Walmart and get pods. They can't go get this from anybody but us. So, and this has been asked for, portable fragrance has been asked for so long. So we have got to do a better job of marketing that, okay? Another thing that I want to say, it was a really big mistake for me, and it's still something that I know I need to work on, and I feel like I need to come up with some scripts for that too. And I want to say that I don't just like blanket script people all the time, but I feel like doing your homework and kind of having something in the back of your mind or like in the note section of your phone that you can kind of go to and build off of is really important, because a lot of times we have word vomit and we don't really know exactly what to say, or we get caught up in the moment or whatever. One of my biggest mistakes is figuring out a way to turn no into a positive. So if someone says, no, not right now, thinking of a way to turn that around to where they can still help you. So for instance, if someone says, no, I can't party right now, I just have too much going on. Well, you can ask them, okay, well, would you mind doing a post on social media for me and kind of giving me some leverage into your contacts? Or do you have a friend that you could refer me to that might want some smell goods? So finding a way to turn the no into a positive, not just saying, oh, okay, and then moving on with your day. And it's not to where you have to be pushy, but when someone says no, a lot of times we just shut down and move on, when really we could leverage those no's to, oh my gosh, like this person is just running across the road. Like, what are you even doing with your life right now? Sorry, that was distracting. I forgot what I was even saying because he literally almost got hit by a car. Leveraging those no's into something else, okay? And then another mistake, and this is something that I'm really gonna focus on as well, is the way that you ask someone to support you. Well, I've changed this. Okay. So when you're asking someone to support you, you always want to start with the opportunity. You start by asking them to join you in business, especially this month when it's only $15. It's never too soon to start growing your team. So you always want to lead with the opportunity and then hosting a party and then buying. And the reason why we really need to change our mindset and change our wording to join, host, buy is because if you ask someone to buy the product, you can't really turn around if they say no and then ask them to join the business, because that doesn't really make any sense. That doesn't leave you anywhere else to go. So if you lead with the opportunity and then go to hosting or buying, you still have 2 other opportunities to continue to talk to them. And I know a lot of you are probably listening and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not that salesy. I don't really know what to say. Guys, nobody knows what to say. All you do is just kind of go with the flow and figure it out as you go, because you are going to continue to get better and better and better as the years go on and as you continue to do this. But if you don't try, you can never rise above that. Okay. So definitely starting with the join opportunity, defaulting to host, then buying. And then the last thing, I just watched I listened to a podcast yesterday, and it was asking about, or it was talking about customer referral systems. So I really want to get better at that, because that is your best way at getting more bookings and more customers, and all that is, number one, having parties, but also getting referrals from your customers. So treating them like gold is going to get them to refer you. And so when you're asking someone to do something or to support you, you can literally say, hey, will you host or post for me? So that gives them an option. And if you say host or post, that means host a party or post on social media, something that you give them to help you gain some contacts, if that makes sense, because your customers have such a different circle than you do. And that's why having parties is so important, because you're going to continuously gain new customers, and you have to do that or your business is going to die. So hosting or posting, that's not something that I've really done a whole lot of. I have a brag tag for my customers for them to tag me on social media, but I've never really said, will you host or post? I'll ask them to host a party, but I've never really asked them to post on social media for me. And I mean, it can be something as simple as, hey, like if you're their friend, like say I am making a post for Betty because she just popped on. Hey, I am really excited to support my friend. She just decided to join this amazing company. If you would love some smell goods, I would love to put you in contact with her or something. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now. But we could give them a script that they could post on social media for you to help you gain your customer base, if that makes sense. So hosting or posting. And that is something that I'm really going to focus on this week when I'm reaching out to people. If they say that they can't host for whatever reason, I'm going to see if they will post something for me. And that's not asking them to sell anything. I'm just going to give them something really simple. And it may even be not even just posting. I may ask them to text a few friends to get some contact information or something. I don't really know. I just listened to that podcast and I felt like it was really good. But I appreciate you guys being on this morning. Let me know if you have any questions. Newbies, get out of your own head. Do not feel like you're bothering people. We all feel like that at times, but that's not true. You are bringing value to people's life. Scentsy makes amazing everyday products better. People would much rather support a home business than Walmart. Trust me. And if you are taking care of your customers, they're going to continue to come back to you. And if you believe in your product and you believe in this company, I promise you that this business can 100% change your life. And if you don't believe that, go on the workstation. There's some Scentsy success stories. There's all kinds of things. There's that event that Morgan is putting on with all the different stories. And I promise you, this business can change your life. So get out there, newbies, send some text to people. Please don't just post on social media. You have got to let your people know what you're doing so that they can support you. People think that they see your post and they don't. They don't. I literally posted all about my friend's house burning down, and there's people on my team. I posted it on the team page on Facebook. There's people on my team that are finding out about it a week later. And you would think after all it's been on social media that they would know, and they didn't know. So don't assume that they saw your post. Don't assume that. Get out there, send some text. Morgan posted a script. I'm going to find something I can help you post to. I hope you guys have a good Tuesday. Get out of that comfort zone and let's rise, y'all. It's time. Love y'all. Have a good day.